Before we start off with today's video, I want to talk to you guys about my friends over at So Avant-Garde. So Avant-Garde is a place where you can go and you can explore a wide range of niche perfumery. So much variety. They have discovery sets, they have samples. They have a lot to offer for those looking to elevate their collection, those who are curious about other things, of other qualities, of other brands in perfumery. All right, so save yourself some money. Use my code DEDRICK10. DEDRICK10 gets you 10% off on anything on So Avant-Garde. All right, so I know a lot of people are really in love with the brand of Mind Games as well. So I got something for you too. You want to head over to Mind Games and do some discovery, do some searching, do some looking, save yourself some money by using Dedrick10 as well over at mindgames.com. All right, so head over there, see what you like, see what you're interested in. I recommend sampling. All right, and then you can get your good feel if you want to make a purchase from So Avant-Garde or mindgames.com. All right, so y'all check it out. Let me know what you guys get into, what you guys like. Let me know down below in the comments, man. And happy exploring for sure. All right, let's get started with today's video. YouTube, what's going on, YouTube? What is going on? What is happening, man? Of course, it's your guy, one more time, DEDRICKHICKSJR, and I'm back with another fragrance video. Smell good, family. Hopefully everyone is doing well, doing great, doing fantastic. Positive energy, positive vibes. Y'all know how we rock out here in this channel, man. Positive vibes only. All right, so this is another requested video. I guess the conversation from this channel and for me with my discovery of tobacco late last year and early this year has, you guys wanted me to put a list together. All right, so there are some that are no-brainers and have been no-brainers, but this list is compiled of the ones that I've been enjoying lately. So these are 7 of the best tobacco fragrances that I'm enjoying right now in my collection, and I recommend these if you're into tobacco. These offer some differences throughout each one of these fragrances. So tobacco is a very attractive note that can be used in many ways. You have your sweet tobaccos, boozy tobaccos, your dry tobaccos. Like, you have different forms of how tobacco can be used, and quite frankly, I'm a fan of them all. And like I said, to end 2024 and to bring in 2025, I really had some incredible experiences with the note of tobacco. So let's go ahead and jump into these 7. Up first, this stuff is absolutely stellar. I love this house. Everything that I've put my nose on, I've been really impressed by. From the house of Alghabra, all right, we have Cuban tobacco. Love that bottle. Just love all the aesthetics to Alghabra. And to me, this is like a honeyed tobacco with some spices, very bold, some smoky layers to this fragrance as well. But for me, and I don't even know if honey is listed in here, but the tobacco is dry. It's kind of like a dry cigar drizzled with some honey. That's what my nose picks up, and there's a fruitiness with associated with this as well, like some type of I believe a peach. There's a peach or some type of passion fruit or something given off. I love this fragrance so much that I haven't looked up the notes. I'm just really going off what my nose picks up. So the notes on this fragrance could be way off base, but I know what I smell. And if anything, it has to be this. It's this honey soaked cigar with this really sexy fruity opening. That's what I get. And that really develops into a very nice, authentic cigar tobacco smell as this fragrance continues to develop. I love this stuff. Great for the wintertime. It's in comparison to what is that? Tabacular, Dior's Tabacular. I think that's a great fragrance, but I prefer this more because it has a little bit more edge to it. A little bit more edge in my opinion. But one of the dope tobaccos right now that I'm checking out, and you'll hear more about this as we wrap up winter. And believe it, when we get back to winter, and back to fall, this would be back. From the house of Alghabra, we're talking Cuban tobacco. Cuban tobacco. Love the house of Alghabra, man. They have some dope stuff, all right? Up next, I guess this is one has turned into whether you love it or hate it. I see more love than I get, than I see the hate, and it's cool. Fragrances are subjective. And this definitely has a unique experience, unique profile from the house of Nishane. We're talking Fan Your Flames. Fan Your Flames. One of the more unique tobaccos. You get this toasted coconut, this booze, some cedar wood, of course tobacco. And the tobacco in here is a bit dry. It's a drier tobacco, but blended in with the rum and that toasted coconut. The wood's amped up in here. This stuff is very interesting, and I can see the conversations whether you love it or you don't. But it depends on how you play it. Depends on how you wear it. Depends on how you spin it. And in the colder months, for sure, I make sure I'm dressed a certain type of way. On that fly level type, outfits and everything, stepping out, with my wife or, hanging out with the fellas, really dressed for a really great time, a great night out for sure. And this is one, if you're looking for a more interesting play on a tobacco fragrance, this is definitely it, especially how, that toasted coconut, that rum, that tobacco, the woods in here. It's amazing to me. It's amazing. Great performer. It is a beast. And this has been one of my favorite tobaccos. Sits high on the list as far as tobaccos for sure. From the house of Nishane, we're talking Fan Your Flames. Fan Your Flames. Sample this, man. Sample everything. But sample that one for sure, because I see the conversations of Fan Your Flames for sure. Up next, flat out, one of the most sexy fragrances that I've ever smelled. Flat out, one of the more sexier tobacco fragrances. This stuff is intoxicating, man. From the house of Day 3, we're talking Filosofia. Filosofia from the house of Day 3. This is an OG bottle style. They have upgraded their bottles, so don't be confused if you head over to Day 3 and look for this. It's in a different bottle style. All right, I have the OG. Man. The tobacco blended with the hazelnut and the chocolate is outstanding. Mike and his team were on one throughout the process of this. Almost like a gourmandish vibe that I get to this. And that's coming from the hazelnut and the chocolate blended in with the tobacco. You get your sweet and spicy pop-ups in here from the cardamom up top. But all in all, it's one of the more sexier fragrances in my collection. But again, coinciding with the tobacco note, one of the more sexier tobacco fragrances that you can get your nose on. Filosofia is fantastic. There's a lot of love for it in the community. And if you haven't experienced Day 3, you might be missing out. Definitely check into Day 3. But if you're a fan of tobacco and you want something that kind of has that gourmand layer to it, and you like that with your tobacco, check out Filosofia. It's really great. From the house of Day 3 fragrances, we're talking Filosofia. Remember, this is the OG bottle style. They have upgraded to newer bottle style, so keep that in mind. All right, let's kind of switch up the pace a bit, man. We're going to go to a more drier tobacco, a fresher tobacco, a different pace. And the DNA is incredible. I have several flankers from this, but this is the one that just really stands out the most as far as its power, as far as its punching power. From the house of Ormonde, we're talking Montabaco Intensivo. Montabaco Intensivo. I love this DNA. The tobacco in here is dry, but there's a bunch of freshness around this fragrance. Juniper berry kind of gives it this gin accord, boozy gin accord wrapped around the tobacco. So much freshness. There's a leather suede feel associated. It is there. A leather suede layer with the tobacco, with that freshness, with that gin-like accord that the juniper berry gives off to my nose. This stuff is versatile. You can wear this every day. They do have fresher takes like the Verano, which I have and will be wearing that in the summer. But this is one for fall, winter, those nights out when you're dressing up. You know, you can wear this. I don't want to put a label on it as far as like when you can wear it. You can wear it whenever you want, because I've worn this dressed up. I've worn this dressed down. But I think this one is a little bit more suited for cooler temperatures. Wouldn't wear this one in the high heat. This thing can get a little bit active. They do have other options, but if you monitor your sprays, you should be okay. But a dry tobacco, a gin like a core from what that juniper pear gives off to me. There's a lot of freshness, and there's some leather, some suede. This stuff is amazing, man. I love it. I'm so happy to have it, and this is my favorite DNA overall, period, right now, is the Montabaco series. Stellar stuff, but one of my favorite versatile. For me, it just can't miss. It just absolutely works for everything. From the house of Ormonde, Jayne, we're talking Montabaco Intensivo. Intensivo. If y'all been following this channel for a while, you know I've been talking a lot about that DNA. All right. Up next, oh boy, this is arguably pound for pound the best tobacco experience that I've ever come across. Seriously. From the house of Plume Impressions, we're talking Royal Bourbon. My Lord. Very boozy, very sweet tobacco play here. You have notes of caramel, you have notes of booze. Of course, you have the tobacco in here. The tobacco here comes like a cherry pipe tobacco. The caramel in here, it kind of comes off honey-like. But the note is caramel, but it does to me come off honey-like, blended in with that booze. This stuff is sexy. It's really attractive. It's really attractive. It's right there with how Three Filosofia is. And I love that caramel honey element to the tobacco and the booze. That's what I think makes this really stand out. I cannot get enough of this stuff. I literally smell this every day. Since I've gotten it in. Great performer. The projection and sillage on this thing is incredible. It is incredible what this does. Plume Impressions is so slept on. They have an amazing offerings from the house, but this right here, my tobacco fans, I will say this: if you're into more of a masculine style tobacco, you're probably not gonna rock out with this one, because it has loads of sweet layers to it. The booze even comes off sweet, but I think it's that caramel honey layer hugging the tobacco and hugging that booze that really makes it stand out. There's some nice some sweet and spicy elements from some cinnamon in here as well. This stuff is stellar. Get your sample if you can. Get your sample if you can. Blind buy if you dare. This stuff is incredible. You can save yourself 10% by checking out Plume Impressions on So Avant-Garde using my code DEDRICK10. There's a great lineup from the house, but this is pound for pound the best tobacco experience that I have had from the house of Plume Impressions. We are talking Royal Bourbon. This stuff is crazy, man. All right, up next, another staple. Well, the next two are, but we're gonna start with this one. A staple in my collection. It's top 10 all time. It's one of the best tobacco fragrances I've ever smelled. Let's just get to it. From the house of Argos, we're talking Triumph of Bacchus. Triumph of Bacchus from the house of Argos. White peach, rum, and tobacco. And what is the X factor here? For me, it is that white, bright peach. Peach and booze really drenched together with the tobacco, vanilla. Of course, you have your spicy fastest in here. This stuff is amazing. And in my bottle, the juice color has darkened quite a bit since I've had it. When I first got my bottle, the juice was a bit lighter, but I've had this bottle for a full year now, and the juice color has gotten a lot darker. That goes to tell you the type of quality that you're experiencing, a part of the reasons of the quality that you have here in Argos. This is the EDP. I have not smelled the extrait. I will at some point, but I'm good with this. Like, I've been good with this. Like, This stuff is incredible. I remember smelling it for the first time. I was literally blown away from just the experience, and I still feel that way, and a lot of you do too. Argos is an amazing house with amazing offerings, but when you're talking tobacco, a different vibe to tobacco, yeah, man, you gotta look into this one. From the house of Argos, we're talking Triumph of Bacchus. You can also save 10% on Argos by using Dedrick 10 as well for anything on the Argos website, and it's an experience for sure. All right, and last but definitely not least, I just enjoy how this stuff, I just enjoy how this stuff just lives on my skin. It is incredible. And Claude is a magician, man, with what he does over at Zaharoff. Shout out to George. Shout out to the Zaharoff team. From the house of Zaharoff, we have Signature Tabac. Signature Tabac. Man, I enjoyed wearing this this fall, this winter. May give it another spin before the cold goes away. But, oh, man, this is another sweet cherry pipe tobacco to my nose. You do get some honey here. Oh man, it's the sweet and the spicy and the smoky textures here. This might be, it's up there as far as like that authenticity from like this is, I've literally smoked a cigar that smells like this. Like there's no difference. Like the realistic play on this tobacco is insane. And not to lessen any other tobaccos that we're talking about tonight, but I've literally sat in a cigar lounge and had a cigar that smelled just like this. This stuff has made fans all around. My father is a fan of this now. I'm going to get him a bottle. I'm going to surprise him with a bottle. Hopefully he doesn't see this, but if you do, surprise. But I'm going to get my father a bottle of this. This stuff is just incredible, and I love it for that realistic nature. Like it puts me in the cigar lounge when the football game's on, might be chilling with, some buddies, or me and my wife might be at the cigar lounge just kind of hanging out, vibing. It has a lot of sex appeal to it, confidence factor. When you put this on and you're stepping out, you are feeling great. I'm gonna go out on a big limb and say you're feeling great. And the tobacco here, like I said, that wet, sticky, cherry pipe-like tobacco, sweet and spicy, it's smoky, it's insane, man. Claude, beyond job well done. Definitely highly recommend it. Samples are available on the site, man, for sure. From the house of Zaharoff, we're talking Signature Tabac. Signature Tabac to close out today's video. All right, so there you have it. Those are 7 tobacco fragrances that I'm loving, that I'm recommending. I've enjoyed my wearing experience with them this fall and this winter, and I'm gonna look forward to spend a little bit more time before it starts to warm up down here in Florida. But what are your thoughts? Because this video could have been the top 10, it could have been the top 15. We could even do a part 2. It was very, I'm gonna say 1, 2, 3 of the fragrances were going to make it for sure. The Fan Your Flames, the Signature Tabac, and the Triumph of Bacchus are going to make it because I've had them the longest. I've worn them the most, so they were going to make it. But all the new additions of Cuban Tobacco and Filosofia and Montabaco Intensivo and everything that we talked about today, it just has me excited about the note of tobacco. So what are your favorite tobacco fragrances? Drop them below down in the comments. What are you loving? What are you wearing? What should I try? Recommendations from you guys to me. Come on, bring it on. Bring it on. I would love to know what you guys are vibing with when it comes to tobacco. If you want a part 2, let me know. I got more tobacco that we could talk about. You want a part 2? Let me know. Drop it below in the comments and we'll see what happens. All right. So again, hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. Thank y'all for y'all support. As always, be cool. Be cool. Take care of yourself. Be safe. Take care of yourselves out here, man. All right. Love on your family. Love on your loved ones. Check on your people, man. Just show that love. It's very, very important in the times that we are in. show that love, all right? And as always, splack it up, splack it down, splack that thing all around. And remember, what you put out to this world is exactly what you're going to get back, all right? Peace, y'all. Till next time, splacker. By the way, you deserve your flowers. You deserve your flowers. Peep the hat. You deserve your flowers. Okay? Okay. Splacker.